In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I make a pot roast. Turns out very delicious. It's quite easy. It could take a while. It needs to cook really slow. But then at the end, I'm going to be showing you how to make a very delicious dessert that usually I get a whole lot of compliments on. It's called a dump cake, and also very simple. Always a crowd pleaser. With a pretty deep pan, because there'll be a lot of splattering, so that it's not splattering grease all over the stove top. I add some olive oil, maybe 2-3 tablespoons. I have it on a medium-high heat, and that is a heaping teaspoon of garlic, because that's a tablespoon, but I just used about half of that, so it's not an exact measurement. That's the pre-chopped up garlic you get from Costco. Just gonna shake it around instead of stirring, but you can stir it. That is a beef chuck roast, not an expensive one, because the marbling in the chuck roast is going to make it so much more tender for a pot roast. Again, it's on medium-high heat. All it's doing is searing. It's just cooking the outer edge to give it a little crispy and get that garlic in the outer part. So I'll do that for about 5 minutes on each side. I'm adding salt, which I use the pink Himalayan salt, and fresh ground pepper. You see the pretty high heat there. It is, again, it's medium high, but it's a little closer to the high. So I do about, like I said, about 5 minutes on each side. You see how it's brown there? You want that on each side. You don't have to do this step. I just like the flavor that it adds to it. And you also don't have to add garlic. You can just sear it like this in oil, or you can just put it right in your pan and cook it. I chose to do this one in my crock pot, so that's the crock. And I'm going to be putting it directly in there and then adding the vegetables on top of it. I'm going to stick it in the fridge overnight and cook it tomorrow morning. Now, if I want to have it cooking in my conventional oven instead of the crock pot, I would just leave it in that same pot, put the veggies in on top of that, put the lid on, of course, and it would be about 250 degrees for about 5 hours. So now I'm cleaning up the vegetables just with a regular vegetable peeler, starting with my carrots and celery. Normally I would also put potatoes, but I'm out of potatoes at the moment, so I'm showing here how I usually kind of cheat and do 2 carrots at one time, just to save steps. You're going to add your vegetables in there. I like the carrots to go around on the outside where they're kind of touching the crock, because they take longer to cook than the other vegetables do, which I'll put in the middle on top of the meat. Then I put the lid on, and at this point you could put it in the crock pot, but I'm going to put mine over there in the refrigerator overnight. The crock pot again is on low about 5 hours. I like the crock pot better because it goes over to that keep warm mode after it finishes whatever time you program it for, and that way it's safe to eat whenever I get home, and I don't have to rush home by any certain time. Now it's time for that delicious dump cake I was telling you about. So I'm going to heat my oven to 350 degrees and begin with a 13x9 glass dish. There's a crushed pineapple. Any brand is fine. Also, you can use a metal pan if you prefer. Here I'm just shaking it around. I'm not pressing, but I'm gonna distribute the pineapple and the juice kind of evenly across the bottom. I'm going to get my yellow cake mix. You can use any brand. So dump the whole cake mix in there, lightly spread it around, Again, you're not pressing, just lightly spreading. Then we're going to use 1.5 sticks of butter. You can use 2, some people do. And I put about tablespoon size, just distributed evenly, somewhat evenly anyway, along the whole surface. Simple as that, and then you just put it in the oven for 35 minutes or till it's golden brown, however you like it, more or less. This is how we like it. Golden brown. Then I'm going to just dish up a little piece or 2 here. And my husband likes a little ice cream on his. Scrumptious. Enjoy! I hope you enjoy this last part of my video that shows this incredible sunrise in the backyard this morning. I also wanted to say, if you enjoyed the video, you could leave a comment down below or press subscribe, something so that I'll know that people are actually watching the videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.